Listen, let's continue our conversation about transfers. This one is possibly outgoing. Jordan Henderson at Liverpool. Does he deserve a new deal? Rumours this week that the club, of course, weighing up whether to extend his time at the club. Of course, it would be, I imagine, a decent salary for Jordan Henderson, who certainly deserves it. After losing Gini Wijnaldum on a free to PSG, I think it's a very important decision. Someone who is so influential in the changing room, someone who's lifted so many trophies at the club, to keep him there. But of course, it will be a big decision for their hierarchy to make. Do you think, Danny Mills, that Jordan Henderson deserves a new deal at Liverpool?
Hasn't he got 2 years left, though, on his current deal? So he's not out of contract, is he? This is not... He's 31. This is not they're getting rid of him. This is just, well, hang on a minute. At the end of this contract, that he was more than happy to sign, by the way, when he signed it, it'd be 33. So what sort of contract does a 33-year-old expect? 5-year deal? Ain't going to happen, is it?
I don't think it's necessarily about what Jordan Henderson expects. The contract talks have stalled, and they can, if
it's a contract. So Liverpool
over an extension have stalled,
yeah.
And it's now Liverpool's decision whether or not they choose to cash in on Jordan Henderson and get money for him while they can, or
they're not
see his contract run out.
They're not going to do that. They'll just say you stay till you're 33. Simple as that. It's not that complicated. They said, okay, well, we appreciate what you've done for us. We'd like to offer you something, when you get to the age of 33, whatever it might be. Here you go. Nah, don't want it. It's not enough. Okay, wait then. Sit out and wait. We've offered you something. You don't like it. Stay.
I'm not sure the relationship is as aggressive as it sounds when you describe it.
But that's just statements of facts. When you sign a contract, done and dusted. You're quite happy to sign that 5-year deal for the money you've got, knowing full well that if it runs out, you're on that deal for 5 years. End of. You can't halfway through it go, you know what, I'm not happy anymore. I want to leave. If you do, fine, but you can't. You can't chuck your wages in. You can't just throw your toys out the pram and say, because I want more money.
No one's saying he's doing that though. It could easily be.
What's the story then?
Because the club can make a decision on their side to take the money while they can for Jordan Henderson and make him available during this transfer window.
Well, every player's available during every single transfer window.
Yeah, but not many.
Every single player.
Not many are having contract negotiations over an extension and not choosing to extend with the offer they've been given. So you've got a player who's unlikely to extend their contract. Yeah. Yes, you could run it down. You wouldn't get any money, obviously, for Jordan Henderson if he leaves on a free at the end of his contract. Or you can try and get good money, I reckon, for Jordan Henderson, who's still got a long way to go with his career, and try and sell him early.
The sort of player he is, equating to James Milner. He's not going to jack it in for the next 2 years, and he's not going to play. Having been Liverpool captain and lifted the Premier League and the Champions League, he's not suddenly go, I'm not playing. He's not going to go on strike, is he? He's not that sort of character.
No.
So he's going to play. End of. So Liverpool said, well, look, we appreciate what you've done. We'd like to give you an extended deal when this one runs out. You don't think it's enough? Okay, fine. Carry on playing as you are, and we'll deal with it later on down the line.
Well, what if he says... Hold on a minute. If I leave,
story out of nothing.
But if he leaves and he gets transferred this summer, he gets a 5-year deal probably at the money that he wants somewhere else.
No one's given a 31-year-old a 5-year deal.
Well, why not? It just depends on the money.
No, well,
Messi just got a 5-year deal. He's 34 years old.
I think he's slightly more commercially viable.
Yeah, maybe
than Jordan Henderson is. No one's given him a 5-year deal. If he gets a 3-year deal at 31, you'd be delighted.
Well, what do you think his extension's about? An extra 2 years. So, I mean, that says that you want to keep him for at least 4 years. So you're saying that he wouldn't leave and go and play 5 years somewhere else?
Who knows? But
he might.
But you don't know what the money...
It's not impossible.
You don't know what injury's going to be like then. You don't know what money's going to be. Why would the club take that risk and say, well, actually, we've got you for 2 years. You'll be 33 then. We'll be looking to sort of... You're starting to wind down at that sort of age anyhow. You're not at 33. People are not going, I tell you what, here's a 4-year deal. Let's take it to 37. Most clubs do a 1 or 2 year rolling deal. That's what it comes down to. I think it's a story out of nothing. Jordan Henderson will stay. He will give everything that he's possibly got for Liverpool Football Club. That's the sort of character he is. It must be a quiet news week. I think that's what it comes down to, because there's no story in it for me.
Well, I think it's clear that football clubs deal with, if you want to call them ageing players, very differently. In your experience, as a player, once they go past 30 years old, you've just said no one gets offered a 5-year deal.
Chelsea, Arsenal don't give out more than 1-year deals after 30 years old. Very rare. They might make it 2. So he's already on that. So what's the difference? Why would you take that risk as a club of going, well, hang on a minute, because 34, 35 is still sort of the normal retirement age. When players start to, the levels of fitness, injuries, everything starts to catch up you at that stage. Why as a club would you risk it in when you don't need to? You've given the player a contract. You expect him to honour. You expect the club to honour the contract.
Jordan Henderson turned 31 in June. So if he were to move this summer, hypothetically, he would sign a 5-year deal somewhere else.
I don't think so.
Why not?
Where?
Well, it doesn't matter where.
Well,
whoever wants him is going to give him
because it comes down to money.
Yeah, but it might be he gets paid less for his. It might be a 1 year option at the end.
I could give him a 100-year deal on £10 a week. Not going to make any difference, is it? He's obviously on big money as it is. Well, they talk about 5 million a year.
But at 31 years old, it's probably your last big contract. He knows that at Liverpool, it's his last big deal. He knows that. He's already signed that last big deal. No, his contract takes him another 2 years.
Yeah. When you sign that deal at 28 years old, you sign that 5-year deal. That is the most important deal of your career. So you go, right, okay, I've got 5 years on this money guaranteed. You're over the moon to sign that deal. You don't suddenly get to 31 and go, I know what, I want more now. Why?
It's not that he necessarily wants more money than he's on now, but he certainly wants what he wants for the rest of his contract, and Liverpool aren't meeting it.
Well, they are. He's got it for 2 years. He's got that money.
Yeah, but that's the contract he signed years ago. Well, I'm talking about his extension, the thing that's being negotiated right now. Clearly, Liverpool aren't giving him what he wants.
If you don't want to sign it, then can't sign it. Simple as that.
What if he wants to leave then? Knowing
we
that
can't.
So you don't think
he can't leave?
You don't think Jordan Henderson would get a 4-year? Well, Harry Kane can't leave, but he still wants to, and everyone knows it. So
and will he leave? Harry Kane's the best striker in the world.
Mm-hmm. And he still said he wanted to leave Tottenham Hotspur. Yeah. And he's a very high earner there. And he's younger than Jordan Henderson. So clearly you can say whatever you want about your own career and your own prerogative.
Harry's 27?
If Jordan
Harry's
Henderson...
27?
No, all I'm saying...
Right, so exactly the same situation then. Harry Kane is 27 years old. He's about to sign the biggest deal of his life. If he gets a move, he will get a 5-year deal. That would take him to 32. Oh, yeah, same as Jordan Henderson, with a give or take a couple of months. Not going to sign another massive deal after that. It doesn't happen that way.
No, but no one's talking about a massive deal for Jordan Henderson. Of course he is,
because that's all it comes... It's purely down to money. If it's only about time, stay at Liverpool for nothing then. No, he's clearly not doing that, is he? So, of course it's down to money.
You're saying he wants a massive deal. I'm saying
we don't know
the figure. All we know is it hasn't been met.
Well, he's on £5 million a year, something like that now, allegedly. So he's clearly going to want something close to that for the 1 year, 2 year, 3 year extension, whatever he wants.
We'll keep discussing the transfer window. It seems Danny's dead set on Jordan Henderson staying at Liverpool, but we want your views on who should be coming in through the door. We'll be talking about Arsenal. We'll be talking about some of the big names across Europe coming into the Premier League as well next. And we'll also be talking about some of the clubs in the top 6 before the end of the hour. Let us know your views. 81089. You can tweet us at talkSPORT KO.
Kick off with Hugh Wozencroft. Tuesday to Thursday night, 7 till 10. On AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.